in today's video. So guys, I'm just feeding all the queens before I introduce them to their new nests. And here's a drop of honey water. And meanwhile, I don't know if you can see this white speck here. Well, that's an egg that I found while they were in their temporary outworld. Unfortunately, the nests did not dry on time as I expected, so I will be rehousing them into these bamboo test tubes, a different variation of the ones that normally people are used to seeing, but I think they will work fine at this stage for these Odontoponeras. So let's rehouse 2 by 2 and introduce the egg in one of them, and let's see the result in next week. So this is the end result. So just to make it easy, test tube number 1 with the egg and the queen with one wing, and then all the others, they're completely dilated. So like I said before, I want to run updates every week, and let's see which one will lay more eggs, what's the egg laying period, the development period, feeding schedule, and which one will get first to a colony. I will number these 1 to 5 for easy reference. Hi guys, welcome to today's update. The first update on the Odontoponera denticulata queens, newly coated queens. So this will be the new series running every Monday, and so let's get into it. So as you've already seen, I've separated all the queens into different test tubes, 5 test tubes. So let's start with the first one, where actually we had our first loss. Here we only have one queen and a small clutch of eggs. I think it's around 8 to 10. Unfortunately, the other queen, the queen that was still had a wing, she ended up dying. I don't know if she was killed or if she just perished by herself. But yeah, so only one remaining. So this was our first loss. So test tube number 2, we still have both queens and doing fairly well as well. I would say that I would estimate the same number of eggs for this tube as in the first one, give or take. So I don't know if both queens are contributing to the same to egg laying or not, but comparatively they seem fairly the same. And it's always good to see that the queens are drinking. In terms of feeding regimen, I'm feeding them at this stage only once a week. So this is the second feeding. The first one you were able to see also in the beginning of the video. Moving on to test tube number 3. So for test tube number 3, again, I would estimate a similar sized clutch, probably on the lower end, this one, but actually they still have 2 queens, so I'm not very worried. And they're sharing some food. This species, as you know, they're ponerines, and they are not able to do trophallaxis, so actually the this species has developed a method in which they are capable of transporting droplets of water between their mandibles. So based on this that we are witnessing right now, probably the left queen is the dominant one and the right one is the non-dominant, since she is feeding her other dominant queen. Test tube number 4. So this test tube is not doing so well, not because of the queen number, but because of this. It seems that somehow this test tube was contaminated by some fungus or some mold, and it's growing, it's developing. So I'm not exactly sure if I should, for the sake of the experiment, continue to leave them like this, or to rehouse them into a new test tube. But you guys can let me know what you think. What should I do? Should I rehouse them? Should I clean the test tube, or just get a new test tube and put them there and continue? In terms of eggs, again, all of them around the board have almost the same size, same number of eggs, which is quite interesting. So this is after 1 week. And finally, test tube number 5, the last one. I would say that this tube is the one that is doing better. 2 queens still alive, and the egg clutch seem actually a little bit bigger than the rest. Possibly both queens are laying, I don't know. And yeah. So these are the updates for this week. All the 5 test tubes, and how do they look after 1 week from the capture date. I will soon remove these feeding trays. I don't want them here. They had their opportunity to feed, and there is not much point to leave them for the next couple of days. So actually, sorry, for the next week. So this is my plan, just to feed them once a week and see how they develop while they only have eggs. After the larvae show up, I will change the feeding schedule, but I will also inform you. At this moment, I don't want to disturb them too much, so once a week I think is more than enough for them. So this was this week's update on the Odontoponera queens. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and see you on tomorrow's video. Sorry for not posting yesterday, but I got my 3rd vaccine shot for COVID, and I wasn't feeling very well, so sorry about that. See you, bye bye.